Ah! Hopefully that does something. I can already tell I'm about to have my ears blasted off. But whatever. Ah! Okay, good. Everything is working. Hopefully that does something. I'm a mess. Anyway, hello everybody. So today's day 2 or stream 2, I guess, of Bloodlust. Last time, if you remember, I tried and failed for about an hour to get 50, 40, 100. So I think my issue there was mostly just that I only had one run from the extension to 100. So over the last few days, I've gotten a few more. So yeah, if I still can't get the run today, then we're gonna have problems. I'm not giving up at all. Like, I'm determined to see this through. But so yeah, let's get started. So I don't know how much energy I'm gonna have today. Hopefully a decent amount, but who knows? I was woken up fairly early for a doctor's appointment, so you know, just gotta deal with that, unfortunately. So the plan for after I get 54 to 100 will be to move back a start position and do 48 to 100 and do 48 to 100, and then we will finally start playing from 0. Which, just the fact I have not played this from 0 at all. I have 13, and I have nearly 15,000 attempts on this level. Like, that is insane to me. This level is so hard. Like, just for reference, I have nearly as many attempts on this level with my, like, very menial runs right now. It took me just over that amount of attempts to beat Plasma Pulse Finale, so you know. I've signed myself up for hell, but I've done so willingly, and like I said in the last stream's description, one final reach for the stars, man. Let me just exit out and then do that. Yeah, there we go. And now I won't hear the enter or the play button every single time I go into an attempt. So yeah, I'm ready to close this one out, man. I think at this point I have 6 deaths to TMN, 3 of which are to this one UFO transition at 96, another 2 of which are to this ship transition at 98, so you know. I have proven many, many, many times that I am capable of doing everything leading up to it. But, you know, it's just TMN. That's the only thing really giving me issues with this run. Well, and 73/74, but that's for another time. LOL. I was thinking too much about the corridor, I think. So yeah, I am finally mostly on summer break. There's still one class that I need to finish up because I was given an extension after after the class just went absolutely terribly for me. But outside of that, I'm done with my freshman year of college. And to be honest, I have no idea how I made it. Man, that's frustrating. I wonder how many 90 plus deaths I've had just trying to get this run. 11 total. 6 of which are the TMN, so yeah, I'm very much ready to get this run over with. If nothing else, I am at least getting consistent with Havoc and G-Boy. And whoever is between those two. I want to say Giron. So at least I'm getting consistent with those parts. Yeah. I feel like with this level, you know, more so than most of the levels I play, everything is an at least. Like with my stream on, I believe, Tuesday, that's a big at least, because like even if I didn't get the run, at least I did make it to TMN like many times. So it shows that I am capable of not only making it there but also passing most of it. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Let's go, 54 to 100. Oh my god. Okay, absolute win. That is an absolute win. Alright, so let me see. Video details. I could finally get rid of this giant run in the title in favor of just a clean 54 to 100. So, and then let me change it to my sheets in my spreadsheet. 54 to 100. Let's go. So let's see here. So I guess at this point, the best thing to do would be just go from 48. And my best run from 48 is at this point, 48 to 81. Which, where is that? I believe that's, like, just barely into the corridor. So that's pretty cool. And then I also had, let me just check to make sure the audio is working, because I am a paranoid individual. Look good so far. Let's see if my voice is audible. Yes! And then I also had, let me just check to make sure the audio is working, because I am a paranoid individual. Yep, it's working. Anyway. Yeah, I think just now that I have that run, and now that I know that I can actually, you know, do things on this level, I think that'll make it a lot easier mentally. But yeah, that's the power of, first of all, sleep buff, and second of all, 11 extension runs in the last, like, realistically, like, 40 hours. Ah, that's my second best run from 48. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Again, it's very much an at least sort of thing. Well, I haven't been streaming for that long. Yeah, I was originally gonna go live much later, but at some point the desire to stream overcame the desire to just get more runs. So yeah, I just said screw it and hit start streaming on OBS, which, you know, clearly was a good decision. So once I get this run, I'll finally actually start playing from zero. Because it feels a little bit wrong. It makes complete sense when it comes to, like, the balancing of this level, but to me it feels wrong to, you know, for in the future to have, like, 54 to 100, 48 to 100, extension to 100 times a million, and then my best run in from zero is 13. Make sure my finger's doing okay. That was the world's stupidest double click, I think. If not, then it's definitely at least in contention. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about finishing school like a month before everyone else does. Is like, yes, now you all of a sudden have a lot more. You have a lot more time on your hands than everyone else does, but at the same time, that means, you know, not a lot of avenues for, you know, people to watch you unless you're streaming at like 9 or 10 by which point, you know, I'm usually quite exhausted. It's yeah, I haven't been for the last couple like late night streams just because, you know, I've been sleeping until like 1 because reasons. Yeah. Once everyone's hit summer, that's gonna be great for streaming, I think. New best run from 48, so that's cool. I'll absolutely take that, even if it's by 1%. Yeah, I watched the Vernosis's the old versions of Bloodlust video. That is so funny. Like just seeing, you know, how many awful parts nearly made it in. Including stuff like old TMN, which like even if TMN is occasionally broken, it still works really well as like an ending to the level, like a climactic finish. And like the triple spike at the end, that has aura. Like I don't care what people say, that has aura to spare. But like old TMN, that was just like 3 yellow orbs, which does not have nearly as much aura, and the end screen wasn't anywhere near as good. So yeah, it's definitely interesting seeing like what changes are made to various parts like after the level is done in theory. I think there's also one that was like the fire bar things from like Mario games, where it was just that for an entire part. It was sort of like the one in Finger Dash, but way more of them, and they're way more dangerous. So yeah, it would have been interesting to see that in the actual level, but I think it would have been much worse off for it. Let me see. Is it actually live, or is it just recording? Okay, it is live. Hopefully I haven't been ignoring any chatters. That would be bad. I'm gonna dry up air for a bit, just because my finger's hurting a little bit. Yeah, that's like one of the only bad things about this level is that it is very painful on the finger if you like play it for long periods of time. Come on, I can make it past the first sequence. There we go. That was with my left thumb. That was with my left thumb on the spacebar. Okay, bro. Let's go. Hi, NL Clippy 6910. How are you doing? Go, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that attempt does not really end well for me. I mean, hey, if nothing else... I feel like if you wanted to, like, splice various runs together, how would you do that? If you would have to make sure that, like, the test mode thing in the corner, you would have to make sure that that's off, because, like, if it's on, like, people can read, and, like, they'll very clearly see that the number in the top right is different. Yeah, at this point, trying to do 48 to 100, so we'll have the entire second half in one run, and then it is 0 time. It's only taken me 2, 3, 4 streams to actually go from 0 and to get a better run than 13. Today you will get 48 to 100. I mean, I'm trying. I don't know about that, but I very much appreciate the sentiment. I mean, it's feeling okay so far, which is weird because, like, you think, like, it's more percent, so therefore that means it's harder. But mentally, it's actually, like, decently easier, I think. Yeah, I've been having that issue of just dying to the saw blades, and it feels so weird because it doesn't feel like something that I really should be dying to, and yet. I might join a call at some point in this stream. I'm sorry if I'm not talking much. I'm exhausted, but still wanted to at least get something done with this level. What's your current hardest? Plasma Pulse Finale. So, like, not even in the same league as this. And, like, I'm pretty sure I already have almost as many, as I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, I'm pretty sure I already have almost as many attempts on this with, like, my menial progress thus far, as it took me to beat Plasma Pulse Finale. And then once you add in the Bloodbath attempts, just forget about it. Although I'm pretty sure I'm gonna break 15k either today or at some point before I stream this next. Why don't you use instant respawn? Mobile player habit. Holy smokes, yeah, I know! And that happened like 10 minutes into the stream. It's like, well, it's like, so what was all my struggles last stream? What was that for then? Could that actually have any use? Say go from 90 to 48. Yeah, that's fair. Message. There we go. Yeah, that seems fair because it feels like there should be at least one option for go. So my secret special other reason for doing this, for like doing all the back runs first, is so I can maybe fluke it when I get there from 0, because like my friend EJG Site, who you may know him as the GOAT if you've been on my streams or videos before, but when he was going for this level, the first time he got to Etzer, he fluked everything until the corridor part. So maybe I will replicate that. Ah! So close. That is annoying. I will admit I am slightly annoyed. But hey, 48 to 91. So that's, you know, that's pretty cool. Yeah, good. That was a good run. Don't know if it would have connected because I would have had to do TMN on top of that, but yeah, that's a good run. Also, for some reason, I'm feeling like no nerves. Or like, I'm not gonna say no nerves because I'm sure there's some, but like very minimal nerves. And like, I know this is gonna change big time when I go from 0, but like, for just the runs, if I can deal with lessened nerves, I will absolutely take it. I think the only time I've really felt that many, the last time I really felt nerves, like going for something that's close to my skill range was, well, I guess, the last time I like consistently felt nerves on far attempts was Artificial Ascent. I think Cybernetic Ascent, so Digital Descent, I was just weirdly calm pretty much the entire time, and then Cybernetic Ascent, I was nervous on exactly 2 attempts from 0. One of them was my first ever Devon Pass, and where I got 87, and then the next one, I beat the level the literal next attempt. So, obviously I was going to be nerves. 62 to 99 Future Phone, good luck. That ending is scary. I'm very lucky that I fluked it. I figured that would be bad. But yeah, I have no idea why I was so calm on Digital Descent, and that probably is also why I barely reacted. Although, it could have also just been because I was just done with the level. I just wanted to move on. So, who knows? But yeah, the Future Funk ending is really scary. Because I think that's one of the reasons why I fell out of love with Jonathan's levels very, very quickly, is because like he puts those endings at the end of like 3, 4, 5, 6 minute levels where, you know, they're consistently getting harder besides that. So like that's just that's just really just unfair. Like it's one thing to do that in like a joke level or like a non-serious level, but these are things that he spends like hundreds of hours doing. So like it just makes no sense. And you know, real travel's probably gonna suffer the same fate, unfortunately. So you know, that's never fun. So that's never fun. There we go. I've cracked all my knuckles. Now I can play the game again. At some point, I'm gonna go back and revisit Future Funk just to get all the coins, because I think I got 1 and then missed the 2nd and 3rd. And, you know, that has irked me ever since. Although, to be fair, when you're fluking it from 53, you don't really focus on that. I haven't gotten a road to 100 because of 99. Yeah, I have no idea I have no idea what I did to make it work. All I know is that it worked. So, you know, I'll take it, I suppose. And, like, I did that as a second hardest. Like, the only thing I'd beaten that was harder at that point was 1929. So, let me look at my times, actually. So, 3193, 3193. Hopefully I can remember that. 3193 plus 3233. That is 6426, I think. 6426 plus, so 68, 78, I think? No. 6879, and then plus Bloodbath is 14,888, so I absolutely... No, let me rephrase that. I more than likely will hit 15,000 by the end of the stream. And if I don't, I'm going to hit it very shortly after stream. I honestly find it so funny when people, like, ask me about the 62 to 81, nice. I find it so funny when people ask me about the instant respawn, because, like, is it really that necessary to play the game? And also, I found it way easier to deal with. I found it way easier to deal with basically since the mobile days. So, yeah. I don't know how I thought going directly from 1929 to 1945 would be a good idea, because, like, keep in mind, that was my first Insane Demon. My hardest was Crazy, and 1945 is, like, on the border of Insane and Extreme Demon. And then, so that happened. I took a giant break from it. I beat Sharp Minor, which was my second Insane at the time. It's since been downgraded. Then I beat Crazy 3, so that was a new hardest. And then I beat 1945 17 days later. Of course. Oh, freaking course, man. Oh, well. First death of TMN of the run, I guess. I don't know what it is about that ship, because, like, apparently, like, I've been talking to EJG Psyched about, like, my experience, because he also beat this as a hardest, and somehow he died at the ship once from 38, and that was it. And I have no idea how. That ship just feels impossible. But yeah, I'd say that's my first run that covers over half the level, but it technically covers exactly half the level. Like if you look up here, 48.14 to 98.14. What? Alright, well, that's the thing, I guess. At least it shows that I'm consistent. Also, as for the reactions, the unfortunate thing is I live in an apartment complex. So, you know, anytime I react, like, very loudly, my neighbors are sure to hear, and I'm pretty sure they do not like me. I'm pretty sure they very much do not like me from my many years of reacting to Geometry Dash levels very loudly. So, you know, I'm trying to keep it quiet-ish. But rest assured when I beat this, I will absolutely be ignoring that idea and just screaming. But yes, you are saved from a backflip. Can't believe I got 48 to 98. Like, that is ridiculous. So after stream, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm probably just gonna not play Geometry Dash anymore today, just because I have a feeling if I do that, my finger will kill me. But I'm still very happy with what I've been able to do today. So. Yo, Unk, when is another Furry Paws stream like always? Wizzyblood, this is your first message. You do not get to... I'm like 99% sure you're trying to rage bait me. I mean, I'm not opposed to that at all. Like, if that's how you want to live your life, then absolutely more power to you, but that's not for me, really. Although that does remind me, so, as you know, if you watch the, my first two, technology trilogy videos, I died at 92. Both times. Which, you know, led me to dub the number, and the number, as you all know, is basically down 4%. So, before Cybernetic, before I went into Cybernetic, I heavily considered a wager where if I died at 90% or further in that level as well, thus completing the trilogy, I had to buy a makeup palette, let one of my friends do my makeup, and do an entire stream with it on, and turn it into a video. So, you know, I ended up not doing it, but, you know, it worked. My worst death was 87. So, not gonna argue with results. What? I appreciate almost every game mode in this game has, like, very visible, like, upside-down animations. Like, I think the ones that don't are just, like, cubes, balls, And what else? Waves and swings, I guess. But like the other 4, so half of them, I guess, but the other half have very very obvious flip animations. Sorry, that is very frustrating. I am usually very good at that. I do not know why it's... Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm usually quite bad at it. I don't know why I'm reacting. Although, to be honest, I think it was just to humor the person in chat right now. So, let me see. How long have I been streaming? 40 minutes-ish. So, I'll go for like another half hour or so. Also, yeah, I typically my streams are typically on the shorter side because to put it simply, I'm chronically ill, and one of the symptoms is chronic fatigue. So I run out of energy very quickly, and my voice gets really tired very, very quickly. So you know, I do what I can. Why? Why is this impossible? Bread. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but thank you. Let me actually go to the... Yeah, I do it completely fine there, so what's the issue? I think it's just my brain being my brain, honestly. Only explanation, it sees that I'm there, and it's just like, wait, what do I do here? Sorry, that was probably, more Patrick Star than the stream was comfortable with. That is my apologies. What? I do not die to that usually. What is up there? So let me adjust my knuckles really quickly. Why? 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 BRB, no worries. Let me see, how many... Let's see, where are my runs currently? Yeah, there's 91 times 4, 98 times 2. So that's 6... That is 6 deaths in the 90s. Trying to get this run. So, you know, got a ways to go to beat the 11 of the 40-100, but still, man, that is frustrating. Man, that is... I don't know why it's that specific click in, Willy that's giving me issues. Like, you think it would be one of the easiest clicks in the level, and yet... Why? Why? Alright, there's 7. At least I am consistent. Again, it's about the at leasts. Are you serious? Like, are you actually serious? Man, this run is putting me through things. How many attempts? Just under 15,000. I checked a little bit ago. If you, so like just under 7,000 on this, but I'm counting my bloodbath attempts in the attempt count as well, because they're basically they're more or less the same level gameplay wise, at least for the first 2/3 of Bloodlust. So when you add those, which are like 8,000 pretty much, you get just like a smidge under 15,000. Which is the second most I've ever spent on anything. Let me drink some water. I have not done that in what seems like ages. I feel so bad for you. You're sticking around to see me finally get the 48 to 100 run on it, and then what you actually get is just 91. At least it's not 92. Although I do wonder if, like, how much of the meme around 92% is based on like, Vortrox Streisand affecting it. Because, like, if you just... If he had made no mention of it, you know, I'm sure it would have eventually faded away. Or just like, hey, look, I keep dying to 92. But like, because he brought so much attention to it with like all of the memes and all of the reactions, like that's pretty much why it's become like a Geometry Dash cultural phenomenon. Which, I mean, you know, fair play to him. He knows how to do that very, very well. But, you know, it can occasionally make the being in the community a little bit annoying. Although I think the biggest example of the Streisand effect is the Dash Spider, like bar none. Because like if Colin hadn't brought so much attention to it, it wouldn't have turned into this giant meme. He would have just been able to. And I don't think he likes the memes very much, but because he had such a massive reaction to it in the first place, I think that's why a lot of them sprung up. And I think it's different. There's a difference between like stuff like that and stuff like Nepest on Kinos. There's different types of like loud reactions, if that makes sense. Okay, bro. I'm gonna say go 85 and said, yeah, probably good, because that's like Terron. That's like the start of Terron, so it probably makes sense. But yeah, that you're so true. You're so true. God, I cannot speak. I see the message out of the corner of my eye. I'm gonna read it once I can. I mean, I would count it. But yeah, 48 to 98 times 2, 48 to 93, 48 to... I'm pretty sure I got 48 to 92, and I know I've gotten 48 to 91 a billion times. And, like, the thing is, I know I can absolutely do the run. Like, I've basically done it twice. It's just closing it out that's the struggle. First, like, 2 minutes of Bloodlust. Actually, it's like very much super buffed. It just doesn't look like that from like Etzer and G-Boy, but like the first half is like incomparable in difficulty to the first half of Bloodbath. And I don't mean in the easier direction either. My eye was itchy. Easiest part of Bloodlust, I'm not really sure. I haven't played the level enough to really give you an answer. Hardest part is Namtar, absolutely. Although I'd say the easiest part, like once you've learned it, Zoro's one of the easier parts. I just struggle significantly with it because reason being mystery. But yeah, in terms of hardest parts, Namtar without a doubt. Yeah, I'm having roughly identical luck with getting this one as getting 54 to 100. But you know, it's all part of the process. This is a new hardest. I'm by really like a significant amount, so I am not at all surprised I'm struggling this much. Actually, I'm really impressed that I managed to do like almost half the level on just my second stream of it, and I know that I've like pre-practiced a lot, but like you get the point. How? It is beyond the... That's ridiculous. Like, that's just ridiculous. Ooh, I wonder how many extension attempts I'll have when I beat this. So from what I can gather, like, around 30 is the average. Like, around 30 attempts to the extension total. So, but I tend to get fairly unlucky on new artists. So, I'm gonna say... So, I'm gonna say I will have 61 deaths to the extension when I beat it. So I'll beat it on my 62nd extension attempt. Hopefully it takes me slightly less than that. I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. So probably gonna... What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go for like another 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna end. But I'm very happy with my work today. Would have been nice if I could close the run out, but we can't have everything we want, I guess. Hey, ONGD, bro. Not much, I'm just playing Bloodlust, and getting absolutely demolished by the ending. I think I've 48 to the 90s, like, times at least 8. So, you know, if this is representative of what's going to happen when I get to these parts from 0, I am screwed. Grunt Bro was not intending on doing otherwise, but thank you for the encouragement. I mean, hey, after the fact that it's taken me over 15,000 attempts just to do half the level in one run, that should say something. Doing good, still better than I can do. I mean, to be fair, I've also put in like many thousands of hours. So, it takes a very long time to improve at this game. Oh god, that was some steak. Now there's water in my nose. Oh god, why did I do that to myself? Hey Clippy, welcome back. I think I'm gonna get one more go attempt, so 48 to 85, and then I'm done for the day, I think. And then, of course, I will make sure to count my attempts before then, but you know, hopefully it does not take me another half-hour to get past the corridor again. What's your hardest Plasma Pulse finale? Yes! Let's go! Yes! Perfect last attempt of the stream, dude. Oh my god, that's awesome. I told you, you did tell me. Yes, dude. I have half a Bloodlust done in the same run. I am absolutely screenshotting that because that is awesome. Let me see. Where is this ping from? So I think at this point I might as well on the stream. Like, there's nothing more that I could do at this point. But just for fun, let's count my attempts. So I have my phone in my pocket right here, so just in case I can't do mental math, that'll be good. So delete this, and then let's see. So 3333 plus 3233, I know that, plus 453 plus 8,009. 15,028 attempts to get 48 to 100 on Bloodlust. Like, that is ridiculous. That is so many attempts. So, play from zero, that'll be next stream. Yeah, I'm getting very tired very quickly and I have things to do. You could do level requests? I don't usually like doing level requests on stream. Like, if I really have nothing, if I've accomplished all my goals with like an hour left in the stream, then I'll do it. But other than that, I don't really like doing them. But yeah, so next stream will be the zero stream. Next stream will absolutely be the zero stream. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna head out here. I had a lot of fun. I was just insane at the game, so that's awesome too. So, yeah. See ya. That messed up my hair because, of course it did.